Hello dear students. Today we will take up lesson number 11 of your literature book, that's the case of copied question papers, and this is a play. The case of copied question papers by Arthur Conan Doyle. Now first of all we will take up the summary of the play. This is a story of copied question papers as the name suggests. Here, the proofs of scholarship question papers were tampered, means they were copied by someone and they were displaced from their actual position. A detective, Mr. Holmes, was hired to solve the case. There were three suspects, Steve, Ralph, and Gilchrist. They were the students, but later Gilchrist was found as the main culprit, who was helped by Bannister. Bannister, who was the domestic help with Mr. Soames, who is an instructor at the college. He protects Gilchrist because he was a butler at his house before working for Mr. Soames. Then, at the end of the play, the butler named Bannister was guilty stricken and talks to Gilchrist in a fatherly way and sets him on the right path by making him understand that whatever he has done is not right. And Gilchrist accepts his mistake of copying, and then he finally decides not to appear in the examination. Now we will take up the text. It was in the year 1895. Now Mr. Holmes is narrating this. We were residing close to a library to make some researches in early English charters. One evening we received a visit from a person whom we knew, Hilton Soames. He was a tall man of a nervous and excitable temperament. It was clear that he was extremely agitated over something. Soames, Mr. Holmes, can you spare me a few hours of your valuable time? We have had a very painful incident at the college. Holmes, oh really? Soames, I must explain to you, Mr. Holmes. Tomorrow is the first day of the examination for scholarship. Today, about 3 o'clock, the proofs of this paper arrived from the printers. I had to read them carefully as the text must be absolutely correct. At 4:30, however, I left to take tea in a friend's room. My task was not yet complete, so I left the proofs upon my desk. I was absent for more than an hour. When I returned, I was amazed to see a key hanging in the door. This duplicate key belonged to my servant, Bannister. He is an honest man. I thought he might have entered my room to ask for tea, then he might have carelessly left the key in the door. It is clear from this page that Mr. Soames is upset because he found the final proof of the papers scattered, and he saw that the key was there. First of all, he saw that someone would have visited his room, and he was amazed to see the key first of all. And he is narrating all the incident to Mr. Holmes. Then he told him that the proofs were in three long slips. I had kept them together. Now I found that one of them was lying on the floor, one was on the side table near the window, and the third was where I had left it. He found that the papers were not at the exact place where he had left them. Then he continued that a large sum of scholarship money is at stake. They were scholarship papers. So he wanted that the deserving student must get the scholarship, not any other student. When I talked to Bannister about this, he nearly fainted and collapsed in a chair. Now he is narrating the incident, what happened at that time. Do help me, Mr. Holmes. Either I must find the culprit or the examination must be postponed. Now, Mr. Holmes inquired, did anyone visit him in the room when he was reading the papers. He asked about the visitors at that period of time when he was going through the proofs of the paper. And then Soames told him about the various people who visited it. Yes, Steve, a student who lives on the same floor, and then he again told about some students. Above that lived three students, Steve, Gilchrist, and Ralph, one on each story. Then Holmes examined the room and looked at the open window near the table. He thought for a while and then looked at the paper. Mr. Holmes is a very intelligent, skillful detective. He observes the thing very carefully. Now he is observing every minute to minute details of the room. He is looking at the windows, at the table, the distance between the window and other chairs or other side tables, and even the the small things that were placed on the table. Now he saw the three papers. There were no fingerprints, but he found some pencil shreds. Yes, some pencil shreds. Now let's see the table. Then he found some grain of sawdust. And now he asked for the banister to be presented before him. And as he called Bannister, he wanted to talk to him or he wanted to interrogate him. Means he wanted to ask question about that particular evening. Then he asked about the timing and he said it was 4:30, Mr. Soames' tea time, and he said he didn't see the papers and he had tray in his hand, and he thought that his hands were not free at that time, and he thought that he would take away the keys after some time, and then he forgot. It means that, and then Holmes concluded that when there were keys in the door, then anyone can enter the room. The minister was agreed to this point. And when Mr. Soames told you about the papers, were you very much disturbed? Means we have read that when Mr. Soames informed Bannister about the um, displacement of the papers, Bannister nearly fainted. Yes, Bannister also said that I nearly fainted and I was feeling very bad. And he said I sat down in the chair. Then he was inquired, you sat down in that chair near the window. Why did you sit in the chair near the door while he was standing the door? Then why didn't he sit in the chair which was placed near the door? Why he went a bit far away and sit in the chair that was near the window, not to the door? He changed his own position. He, when you are fainting or when you are not having control on yourself, you try to sit and you will sit on the nearby, in the nearby chair or whatever the suitable place you will find. You will not go far away. But Bannister went. He went, and then he just inquired about this thing from Bannister, and then he wanted to talk to other students who were living in various floors. Now in your homework you will read lesson number 11. Till then, signing off. Goodbye, take care.